Who was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? Every January 21st, we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We celebrate this day because Martin Luther King Jr. was a special man. He helped African Americans in the United States. Let's learn more about Martin Luther King. Why did African Americans need help? They were not treated equally. People were mean to African Americans. Rules did not let them do the same things as white people. For instance, white people and black people had to use different bathrooms. Some rules say they had to ride at the back of a bus. Black and white children could not go to the same school. They could not go to church together either. The rules had to be changed. That's when Martin Luther King Jr. decided a change needed to be made. He was an African American pastor from Atlanta, Georgia. Martin went to college and studied the Bible. He became Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he finished college. Martin believed that all people should be treated fairly. Black people should be allowed to do the same things as white people. He decided to help African Americans change the rules. How did Martin plan to do this? Martin believed that people could change things by being peaceful. That means people should not break things or say mean things. People do not need to get hurt to change things. Martin and his friends decided to march. A march is when a group of people take a walk. When Martin marched, many people joined him. They wanted to change the rules too. Martin marched all over the United States. Sometimes his marching got him into trouble. The police put Martin in jail. They did not like the way he marched. Martin got out of jail and started marching again. He gave speeches to large groups of people. People from all over would come to hear his speeches. His speeches talked about love and respect. Some people did not like to hear Martin's speeches. They yelled at him and called him names. People threw things at him. Martin was a strong man and did not back down. He knew he must help African Americans. He was very brave and helped other people become brave. Martin wanted to hold a big march. He decided to march to Washington, D.C. A lot of people marched with Martin to Washington, D.C. Martin used a microphone to talk to all the people. He said he had a special dream. He had a dream that black and white children played with each other. In his dream, black people could sit on any bus they wanted. They could go to the same schools as white people. Black people could have equal rights. People liked what Martin had to say. People from all over the United States started helping Martin. The President of the United States called for new rules. He said the rules had to change. African Americans needed to be treated with respect. The mean people in charge of the rules did not like this. They said no and hurt the African Americans. Some of them were sent to jail. The president sent his soldiers to stop the mean people. Martin was happy that the president helped him. Over time, the rules began to change. Black people were allowed to sit where they wanted. Black and white children went to the same school. Things began to change. However, a mean man did not like what Martin had to say. A bad man came and killed Martin. He was angry at Martin and wanted to stop him from talking. Everyone was very sad. Martin was only 39 years old. He had a wife and 4 children. They were sad to lose him. His wife was a strong woman. Her name was Coretta Scott King. She decided to keep Martin's dream alive. With her friends' help, she traveled and gave speeches. People listened and things got better. Martin would have been very proud of Coretta. We celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. every January. He taught people to love each other. Skin color does not matter. Being kind and helpful to each other is what matters most. That's all.